There have been many what-ifs in Rome's history, but probably one of the biggest what-if is what if the Roman Empire conquered Germania. And today I'll be discussing an alternate scenario where Rome had conquered Germania. If you want to continue seeing more from me, like and subscribe and comment down below. My goal is to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year, so I would appreciate it if you subscribed. I also just hit 10 subscribers, so thank you for your support. I also have a second channel where I plan to just play games, so make sure to check it out. Now on to the video. We begin in 9 AD with Publius Quintilius Varus marching to Germania. There he is told by Arminius of a rebellion that was occurring in Germania. This would be a lie, as there was no rebellion, but instead Arminius was setting up an ambush for Varus. Ultimately, Varus would enter the Teutoburg forest where he and his army would be ambushed and destroyed. Rome would not recover any of these lands permanently, with only this region being retaken, though this would not be permanent as Rome would often lose it and retake it multiple times. This should be simple, since all we need to do to avoid the Teutoburg forest is for Varus to not believe in Arminius and to listen to the warnings of Arminius' treachery. Without the Battle of Teutoburg Forest, Publius Quintilius Varus reaches his destination and begins his term as governor. With Germania subdued, Roman Germania would eventually expand to the entire region under multiple emperors and several campaigns. First, the early Germanic invasions of the Roman Empire do not occur. Second, the tribes that would eventually carve up the empire would not exist, like the Visigoth, Ostrogoth, Vandals, and the Franks, etc., as they would never have the ability to rise as the Germanic region would have been assimilated, or would have been repelled from Rome with its better borders. Speaking of Rome's borders, if Germania was conquered, the Romans would not have experienced enormous invasions from its north. The only people who would invade Germania were those in Scandinavia, but Rome would not have any ambitions there. And in reality, they traded and had alliances with them, so it's fine to assume that Rome does the same in this alternate scenario. However, instead of Germanic people invading the north, it would be the Slavic people who would constantly invade the north, but on the east. Germania would serve as a good buffer between Rome and barbarian invasions. Overall, had Rome conquered Germania, they would have seen less destructive invasions, but would come across a new enemy. In this timeline, the Germans would not be Rome's biggest enemy. It would have been the Slavic and the Sarmatian people. But with the eventual conquest of Dacia under Trajan, Rome could potentially create a natural fortress in Europe. With the Vistula and the Dniester River along with the Carpathian Mountains, Rome has the potential to become an impenetrable fortress. With backup defenses like the Elbe and the Danube River, Rome's survival can be ensured for a long time. But with all that, how long can Rome sustain this now enormous empire? Does Rome eventually lose Germania? Can Rome ever control this much territories? Will these territories cause Rome to fall faster than our own timeline? Who knows, but that's a video for next time. And that's what if Rome had conquered Germania. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you want to continue seeing more from me, and comment down below on what you think about this scenario. Is there anything I missed? Is there something you would change? Let me know in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.